Right. Good morning, guys.
It's not morning.
Right. So, hey, it's morning. Hey, good afternoon.
Good morning.
I've been indoors all day. My GM is a Adiachi.
What's that? The
As in, like, I feel Adiachi this no. Right. So, please let's give ourselves 5 minutes. We'll begin the meeting shortly, so you can socialize. Okay. Right. So, Electron for web developers, and let's move to the next slide. All right. So, if you're like most web developers out there, you find yourself often building web apps and sometimes mobile apps. I think Larry the other time was telling us he was experimenting with React Native, and for the chunk of us, we are mostly focused on web app development, and maybe the few ones also doing mobile apps in addition. But then today we'll be looking into extending that even further, and we'll be dabbling in desktop applications today.
Okay.
Right. So let me move on. All right. So what if I told you you are going to build desktop applications that run on Mac, Windows, and even Linux with the knowledge you already know in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? It sounds something intriguing, but it's not so far-fetched. And actually, in my opinion, I think web developers have the superpower as compared to all the other apps. I'm not being biased, but I think it's true because it is the things we put out there are more universal as compared to the things maybe mobile app developers do. Because if you come up with an app, it's only those who download it that can feel that you built something. But a website, anyone, anywhere, without necessarily having to go through stress of downloading can actually, and we can all attest to that. Right. So what is Electron? Please let me throw a question to anyone here. Does anyone have a fair idea of, have heard about Electron before? So I'm starting with the main man, Larry.
Yeah.
Have you heard or encountered or anything?
I actually have it on.
Come again.
I actually have it on my laptop.
You have what? The Electron?
Yeah, the CLI.
Oh, okay. That's cool. So that's
So I know Electron is like a cross-platform and tool that you can use to build like desktop apps and the rest.
exactly.
So most of the apps that we have, something like Slack, Skype,
Right. You know
most
the
of the apps
thing.
were built on Electron. I think VS Code was even built on Electron.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know the thing. Good. Right. So as he has rightly said, some apps that we all had have been actually built with Electron. So that means it's not so far-fetched. So as HTML, CSS, JavaScript people, the potential for also building applications, desktop applications is very closer than we thought. All right, so let's move on. Okay, so we are going to watch this real quick, just 30 seconds.
Electron, build native desktop apps for
Please, if you can hear, let me know. I mean, if you can't hear, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear. You can hear.
Okay, we can. Okay, good.
for platforms like Mac OS and Windows using nothing but HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was playing the video, I could hear echoes. I don't know if you.
Yeah, you also hear it.
Oh, how do I stop this? Okay. But you, how I now. I don't know how I can make it so that I think because I'm also hearing it is playing back what I'm hearing to what the video is already
You
playing.
can mute your mic when you are playing the video.
Okay, so right now I'm coming to mute it and play, and I don't know if it will work there, but let me do it.
Then we will not hear it.
Please, I muted the mic. Did you hear?
No.
Please, I'm
No.
going to be like that. No muting. What the hell is that? Why?
All right.
Because I don't know how I can actually play it without. Wait, let me just play.
Electron, build native desktop apps for platforms like Mac OS and Windows using nothing but HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It's a tool behind many popular apps that you might use today, like VS Code, Slack, Discord, just to name a few. On the front end, you build UIs just like you would for a browser-based web app and any framework or favorite frameworks. But in Electron, you also have access to Node.js, and that means you can access global APIs that you don't normally have access to in a sandbox browser like file system. Electron combines these front-end technologies and provides a bunch of other tools to work with native menus, system tray, and so on.
Right. So, please, who can recap what you had? Michael, can you recap what you had?
Kinevi,
Yeah, hello.
send us a link to the video after.
Okay. I think that's fine. Yeah. All right. So, Michael, could you what did I even say?
Recap.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I heard was Electron is used to build cross-platform desktop apps, so Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. And there have been some popular apps built with Electron. And it also uses the same stacks we know, so HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
Exactly. Right. So that's basically what they said. So it gives you that time to invest in your UI that you always invest to develop it really nice. And then at the end of the day, you can package it into a desktop application. Right. So if you didn't get that, let me just say Electron is an open source software framework developed and maintained by GitHub, which allows development of desktop GUI applications using web technologies. Hopefully, this should simplify it now. All right. So why use Electron? So the first reason is, as you can see here, it's like there's a bundle of plenty code scattered here and there. This one is developing this in this, maybe for the Windows desktops. And another developer is developing this for the Linux. And it's so messed up. But with Electron, you get to have one code base. You write once and then you can build it in the various platforms. Darwin, that's for Mac and Windows and Linux. Right. So another reason why use Electron is, as you can see here, this is a team building a desktop app. Maybe someone is building the Mac, someone is building the Windows, or maybe two are building the Mac, two are building the Windows and all of that. With Electron, you can leverage on web talent, and then just one person can build the same desktop application that it will take a team of developers to build just by himself using the web talent he knows. So you can leverage on web talent. Now, another reason is, as you can see here, there's a lot of money going down the drain in terms of maybe having to pay a developer or a team of developers to build an application. So companies who have web developers that have the added advantage of building desktop apps with Electron at least have more flexibility, and also they're in good company having developers who can also serve as desktop application builders for their company. So another reason with this money thing is that it allows companies to make good and practical business decisions in terms of maybe initially they wouldn't have even gone for a desktop application because they felt because of the money, they felt, okay, it's not needed. But now, knowing that we can leverage on web talent to also build desktop apps, companies might actually make decisions on adding or getting desktop applications where initially they wouldn't have because of how stressful the whole thing was, or they thought it was. So, yes, another reason too. Also because these guys are using it. And Lawrence also mentioned the same things, and that's another reason to use Electron. Visual Studio Code that we all use, we are all building in and some of these apps. Okay, I don't use any of them except maybe VS Code and Twitch, but I'm sure some of you use other ones. And as well as these guys, Slack. even Slack, which got me so happy. All right, so this is it for now. Let me pause it. Please, do you have any things to share to add so far before I move on? Hey, and I'm muting me. No. Oh, please, no one should mute it. Why? Please, no one should mute it. Let's all like we are actually supposed to be like engaging and talking. So let's all feel free. If we are the office, like by now we'll be all talking and stuff. So let's do that. All right. So let me move on then. Now, one reason not to use Electron, I have to also say this because it's not like Electron is the golden standard or anything. And those other ones are there for a reason and they are being used for a reason. And the downside to Electron is that big file sizes are a problem. Could anyone share why he or she may think, he may think big file sizes are a problem with Electron? Maybe some prior knowledge.
For most of us, we are using a 256 gig.
Okay.
We are very limited on storage. So, I mean, if you have multiple Electron apps that have big sizes, it will be a problem for some of us.
Right, exactly. Thank you for that. Yes. Also, Electron apps are resource intensive. That means apps built with Electron uses more CPU and RAM.
That's why we hit Slack like that. People.
But wait, there's a workaround. But I don't know how many of you were using Slack when the old version was there. The one that takes like forever to load. They actually rebuilt that one to the current Slack we have with Electron. And according to them, they've increased the RAM and CPU, but Charlie. It is how it is. But at least it is better. It is dope. Like Slack is a very useful or user experience nice app. Let me put it that way. Okay, so the next thing is
VS Code is also very memory intensive.
VS Code.
Oh, yeah, VS Code. Yeah, VS Code.
Right.
Especially if you are using the
Sublime. Because Sublime
that's why it crashes most of the time.
Yeah, but the thing is, VS Code has so many features that Sublime is lacking.
Yeah,
it really helps a lot of developers to make that trade-off.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And imagine writing a JS app in Sublime, the way I did so far in it.
Yeah, advice you are, the one here.
What self we don't go get? Yeah, same.
Exactly. But I think from what we all said, I can put forward the argument that in as much as these downsides are there, because of the usefulness of the application built, you wouldn't, as a user, you wouldn't really care that much about how it was built and some of these downsides. As long as you are getting, most importantly, what you can get from it, those downsides may not necessarily be the reason why you wouldn't use an app built with Electron. So that's something to note. All right. So we'll be reading an article by Slack, just some few minutes, and then we go on. So Slack rebuilt its desktop app with Electron, and they found ways to make up for the RAM and CPU intensive nature of it. So let's read it. Okay, so I've clicked on the link. I don't know if it has opened or it is still where it is.
Yeah, it's opening.
Oh, okay. So you can see my browser, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would actually share this resource on the Basecamp so that we can review it later on and add a source to my references at the end. So Slack's new desktop app loads 33% faster and uses less RAM. Okay. And when you read further, you realize the old Slack, like for me, I really remember the old Slack could like be like this, the one on the left, like for how long? And it was, I don't know, but later when they redesigned it, it looked like things, when they rebuilt it, it looks like things became better than before. And also, one reason they were able to rebuild it and get it faster is that though they were running it on Electron, most of the UI parts were rebuilt with React. to fix some of the shortcomings of the existing Slack app. So they were.
I talk again.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, you're bashing React. You see.
Wait, the old one was built with what?
They didn't say, but they said they rebuilt it React to fix some of the shortcomings of the existing Slack app. So the reason why they use React was that I'm coming. Let me just highlight that part so that we. Okay. When I share it, we can all read, but they said because of React component nature, they come in. I want to read it exactly how they put it, but I can't find it. So come in. Yeah. So this part. So they said the Slack will no longer create a standalone copy for each workspace and take up RAM for each instance. So instead, they reuse components and also they use a modern code base. So they were reusing most of the components that initially they were creating copies of, which makes, yeah, so that is just by the way. So
They should have stated what they were previously using.
No, it doesn't really matter. It means that I think it means that initially they were using the idea of building a whole web page and then putting the things together on it. Using a component framework like React makes it much faster.
Right. That is a 1 billion company. Wow. Hey, put the job value is like so. Okay, so let's go on, please. All right. So back to presentation. Please, can you all see the presentation? All right. So we have how many minutes to go? 8 minutes. Okay, I'm sure we can. We can. All right. So I think it's time we took a walk through Electron. What do you guys think? Right. So so just to make my case valid and make my point sound more appealing, I actually learned to build apps with Electron over the weekend, and then I built an app with Electron. I'll be demoing it to you guys so that we can have a
nice
at how Electron works, and then hopefully you would also add it under your tool belt in terms of the things you can do with your HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You're a Superman. Please know that. Okay, so this app, I call it Charming. Take me picture or something. It is a screen recording app for Mac OS, Windows, and Linux. So this is just a UI I came up with. Like, there's no anything. It's not really a UI. It's just putting this there. And I used Foundation for the front end. I wanted something different from Bootstrap. People will see that, hey, Bootstrap. So I just wanted to find something different, and Foundation and the buttons, everything is styled with Foundation. So I imported. So one interesting thing about this is I was able to import even icons from Material Icons and use it here for the start, stop, pause, choose a video source. And so what this app does is when you open the app, you choose a video source. You click on choose a video source. I'm coming. I'll demo it in the later presentation. I'm just
Hello.
So you choose a video source, and then when you select where you want to record or which particular screen, it will show you all the screens that are currently being open and all the open tabs. So when you choose the source, then you click on start, which will start recording the screen. When you are done, you click on stop. Then a prompt will come where you enter the name of the name you want to save the video as, or you can pause it and play. I mean, you can pause the recording and play it again. All right, so let's go on. So to build this app, the first thing I did, or the first thing you do when you are building an Electron app, is to actually create, like, to install the package. And there's something called Electron Forge. Electron Forge is built, is like a CLI built on top of Electron that allows the building of like the apps way easier as compared to traditionally building it with like straight up Electron. So I ran npx create Electron app, and then the name of my the application I wanted to build, and then it gave me. So let me open. Okay, so let me stop sharing here and open my
Okay, so the front end was built with React.
No, the front end was built with plain HTML, CSS.
Just the okay for the foundation.
Yeah, the foundation.
Okay.
The foundation. All right. So I want to share. Come in. Okay.
So
right.
no React whatsoever at all.
No React. Hey, no React whatsoever. No React whatsoever. I wanted to get something.
Because now you know Vue too. You know a little bit of Vue, so maybe you like to use Vue to play around or something. Yeah.
So to share my computer, self to enter password. It seems I cannot share. Hello. Hello.
Yeah.
I don't know why. The audio. Please install the Zoom audio device. What is this?
We have less than I think 4 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you should all leave and rejoin.
Yes, please. I think that would be great. That would be great, so that we can finish.
Right.
Yeah. We can end the meeting for us so that we can rejoin.
Okay. Hold on.